Hey, fifth graders. Today we're going to be focused on page 575 of your packet. In page 575, we're going to be focused on describing different polygons. As you guys know in your first couple pages of your packet, we're going to be categorizing different two-dimensional figures. Okay, so I'm going to write the page number down here so you guys know where we're focusing on. Page 575. Now, we did not give you the teacher's manual page for this one, so I'd love it if you guys would follow along with us with paper and pencil. Okay? So, in here, we're going to be basically introducing our topic, and we're going to be classifying various polygons. And the two main polygons that we're going to be focusing on is a rectangle and a square. And all polygons have different characteristics, traits, or attributes that help us describe them. Okay, so attributes, this key word right up here, is just a fancy way of saying different characteristic traits. Also, all of these polygons can be categorized into various categories. So a category that we are going to be focused on for these different polygons are quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals is just a way of saying any shape, any polygon with four sides. Okay, so in the directions it says in the space below, draw an example of a rectangle and an example of a square. And I have a rectangle here, I have a square here. So I'm going to draw, to the best of my ability, a rectangle. Okay? Four sides, making it a quadrilateral. And then over here, where it says square, I'm going to do the best I can to draw a square. Now, they share a lot of the same characteristic traits and attributes is what we would like to say, but there are some differences, okay? And that's where these categories and attributes, we find some differences in there, okay? So, it says, then complete the table by writing 3 attributes shared by all rectangles and 3 attributes shared by all squares. Now, you'll notice, since there are similarities between the two, we'll have the same attributes for both, okay? So, when I look at a rectangle and when I look at a square, I notice that there are 4 right angles in a rectangle, 4 right angles in a square. So that is an attribute shared by both rectangles and squares. So that's what I would put in first. 4 right angles. And they are the same for both. So I'd write a little arrow over to the squares. They both have 4 right angles. Okay, now when I'm looking at this, something else that they share that are the same are that they have 2 parallel sides. So what that means is, look at my top line of my square, or my rectangle, excuse me, look at my bottom line. Those are both parallel. If I look at my sides, left side, right side, they are both parallel. Now if I do the same for the square, top and bottom are parallel, sides, left and right, are parallel. So both share 2 sides, or opposite sides, are parallel, okay? So 2 pairs of parallel sides. And they both share that, okay? Sorry for the poor penmanship. It's a little bit tricky with the smartboard. And then the last thing, our attributes, are a little bit different in both. Now, I think it's pretty glaring obvious when we look at both of them. They're not the same. But how do we describe the different attributes? When I look at a rectangle, I notice that the top and the bottom sides are the same length. And the 2 opposite sides, left and right, are the same length. But are all 4 sides the same length? The easy question just using the visual test is, no, they're not. But when we look at a square, we should have all 4 sides of the same length. So that is a difference between the 2. Okay? So, in a rectangle, I can describe it, opposite sides of equal length. So what I mean is, top, bottom, those are opposite sides, those have equal length. And then, left and right side, opposite sides, they have equal length as well. So, opposite sides of equal length. I'm going to go O, P, P for opposite sides of equal length. Okay? And then, for my square, I would say all sides of equal length. Of equal Okay. Now, although they share a lot of the same attributes, there is one attribute that they do not share. Not all sides in a rectangle are of equal length. Very good. We're going to go over the next couple questions, and then we're going to wrap it up. So, skipped one. So it says, what attribute do all squares have that not all rectangles have? And we already described that, guys. Squares have all sides of equal length. Okay? All sides of equal length. So that takes us to the trickiest question of the day, which I always get confused about myself. But it says, circle the true statement below. The first one says every rectangle is a square. And the other statement is every square is a rectangle. Now, basically the way I think about it is, does a square have all of the attributes of a rectangle? Yes, it does. 2 parallel sides, 4 right angles, 4 sides. A square shares all the attributes that a rectangle does. But does a rectangle square share all of the attributes of a square? Well, let's think about it. It does have 4 sides. It does have right angles. But does it have all 4 sides of equal length? No, it doesn't. So, this is incorrect. Every rectangle is a square. That is not true. If that was the case, then every rectangle would have all 4 sides of equal length. So I got to get rid of that one. But a square does technically share all the attributes of a rectangle. So that would be the correct statement. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful. Use this video for your practice pages that you'll be doing independently, because we did not put the teacher manual pages for the independent practice. Pay attention to your day-to-day lesson plans, because that'll tell you what you need to do every day. Okay guys? Alright, have a good rest of your day.